sons or their daughters were maybe in juvenile hall or in jail, and right away they went and they had to pay for signs. But even that was a hassle. The sheriffs gave them a very, very hard time. They know we don't have to lift them out of their cell. They don't have to sign these papers. Yes, they do. This is their right. They told us that they have to do this. It was a mess. But some of them did get it signed. So then we got the extension to buy us time because we didn't hear anything from any lawyer yet. They said, what are we going to do next? ACLU, I get a phone call from Hector Villarreal. Hector's a really cool guy. He said, Yvonne, we have never taken on a case before an injunction has ever been imposed. This is the first one here in the state of California. This would be the very, very first one. And I want to let you guys know, whatever this little community's done, this is the first time you guys have ever conquered anything, like getting a judge removed. So that was really, really awesome. So he says, we're getting the approval from LA. Send me everything that you know everything about this injunction. Why are they doing it? What do you think is going on? Everything you can think about. And I said, all right. I can tell you this, in the city of Orange, what they had imposed in that injunction, not only did the people have to fear the police officers, but they also had to fear the Mexican mafia, because they wrote that they were in cahoots with the Mexican mafia, and that they were doing this and doing that, and these people don't even know them. If those people are found out, now their lives are in danger. So what are they thinking? And so now these people say, oh my God, now we got to fear these people and these people. We're not safe anywhere. What are we going to do? This is why we had to fight. We had to fight. A lot of the kids were honor students. A lot of them were in college studying to be police officers. Well, let me tell you, they changed their majors now. Well, they're going to be lawyers. They're going to be lawyers now. So that's a good thing. My son's one of them, by the way. He's going to be he's going to be a paralegal first. He's going to see if he likes it, then he's going to go on to be hopefully a lawyer. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. But that's how it started. This is how it all started. The other thing I wanted to mention to you is that in the city of Orange, we don't have the crime rate that South Central might have. Did San Juan Capistrano? Come on, have the crime rate, you hear about that, the Maravilla Ducha gang, the gang from El Salvador, and they're those criminals, those guys are really gangsters, or the Cobra Crips. We're nothing compared to those people, nothing, but yet they made it seem or appear that we were, and maybe because, yes, maybe a kid was on probation, but it's so easy now for a kid to get on probation. A school fight. You're on probation. And you do time. Now let me tell you what happens once your name is on that gang injunction. Once your name is on that gang injunction, you're actually registered as a terrorist. And I said, this is so weird. My mom and dad's days, I think they were called hoodlums or rebels. 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 My days, I think we were the hoodlums. Then it was gang members, and now the new term's going to be terrorists. Where are we coming to? This is absolutely crazy. Terrorists. They have to be in at 10 o'clock at night. It doesn't matter how old you are. The youngest one named in the injunction was 8 years old. The oldest was 50. You're not allowed to be in any establishment that sells liquor. So that means I can't even go to Arco gas station to put gas in my car because they sell beer. I cannot be in the circle. They're not allowed to be in the circle, so if they have the street fair and all that other stuff, can't be there because that's off territory to them. Off territory. They're restricted to only certain areas. They can only wear certain colors. They were not allowed to wear black, blue, tan or brown, or orange. Okay. Terrible thing. That means I can't wear blue jeans. Well, I'm wearing black, brown. Everybody here is wearing those colors. That's crazy. So when we get to court, one of our first big court meetings, the judge automatically stated there was about, I believe, 13 or 15 guys men, and they're doing life in prison. We'll never see them. You know, they're doing 25 to life. He says, you know, I'm not even gonna bother with these guys because they're already sentenced forever. You know, so we're gonna throw these names out. So that was one victory. The second part was then he said, well, you know what? The kids, they need legal representation. And a lot of our paperwork didn't get filed for the kids because they needed this guardianism. What the heck is all this stuff? I didn't even know what it was. And I said, what is this? Well, because it was a civil lawsuit, not even the parents can represent their children. You have to have a lawyer to do this. And so the judge said, no, that's not fair. And he was going to dismiss all the kids, all the youth. But then the district attorney said, well, okay, but then Orange Police Department said, no, extend it. So we got that, they extended it, but it was still a victory for us. It was still a major victory for us in that sense, because now we're thinking, wow, the judge just handed this to us. He just made a major decision. That's really important now. So then we come back to court again, and all the people that had filed paperwork for general knowledge, let me tell you, there was 9 different types of papers that we filed on our own without the lawyers before the lawyers actually decided to take our case. We filed general denials, extensions, removal of judges, you name it, we did it. If it looked good, okay, we're doing it. Proof of service, all kinds of stuff. So because there was another victory for us, because then we got another extension for all those people. The people that did not file, they were placed on a temporary injunction. And now they're, hi, Yvonne, you have to help me. And some of them were at that meeting, at that community meeting. Why they didn't want to file? Well, look at now, who's crying? Yeah, who's crying? We had a few of those. There was like about 15 of those. We went back to court again, and then they decided to dismiss the case. And so everybody's celebrating, everybody's having a good time, and I just had a gut feeling. Something's not right. They're up to something. I don't know what it is. Everybody's congratulating everybody. We're congratulating ACLU. David Haas was our other lawyer that picked it up. David Haas is a great guy. And David said to me, he goes, you're not comfortable with this decision, are you? And I said, no, because they're up to something. I don't know what it is, but they're going to come back on it. And like Chuck said, it was actually about 2 weeks later. They went ahead and what they did, they sued the name, but they had to serve everybody. What that means is that if they pick you up, and if you're committing a criminal act, they can put you on this permanent gang injunction now. And I'll give you an example. Last week we had one of the he's about 45 years old, right around there. Well, anyway, I guess he had a beer at his mom's house, and his mom lives in the neighborhood, and he scraped the curb when he was getting out. He scraped the curb, gets pulled over by Orange PD. Orange PD said, oh, you're drunk in public, you're drunk driving, and they took him in for drunk driving, and now they're trying to put the gang injunction on him. Well, the ACLU now they're handling that case for us, and hopefully they're representing him every time he goes to court now. So they haven't sentenced him yet, but he's still in jail. The problem is that if you have a job, you can lose your job. You know, I mean, how many employers are going to wait on you? You know, that's one of our other problems. We had a barbecue July 10th, and it was nice, and it was to honor the people and honor because they won this case. And that day, one of the kids needed to go home. But there was a lot of people there, and I couldn't take him home just at that minute. So my oldest son said, oh, Mom, I'll just take him home. He lives right down the street. We did not know that Orange Gang Unit was spying on us. We didn't know that they were actually out there. They must have followed us, or followed me. They must have followed me over there, and then they actually staked it, and they were right there. So then they followed my son, and my son noticed the van following us. It was undercover. Noticed the van, so he pulled off the street, dropped off the kid, went down the busy street, and sure enough, here comes, he lost the van, but then a regular police car came, pulled him over, and said to him, I moved you over because your tail light's out. And my son said, I don't think so.